What's up, guys? This is JTQ9 of Ssx-1, and welcome back to the channel. Season 46, War number 12. And happy to say that this is finally the last war of the season. This season from hell is almost over. And we are both very, very fortunate that we're up against Legion here. And we both have had, or have, top 10 kind of locked in. So for them, from very, very early on stages into the war, it was very noticeable that they didn't care. So we still had kind of, I think, an outside chance of finishing top 3. I mean, not a lot, but I mean, possibly. I forget the situation if like both second and third place teams lost, or there was potential docks or anything like that. So we knew we were basically tied into 4th. Well, at least top 10 anyway. But we'll go through that another time when we go through maybe through our rewards opening or some other big news that I'll mention kind of at the end of the video and explore on that a little bit more. But anyways, in that first fight, I had a Spidey Supreme with Miguel. Pretty easy in that sense, as he doesn't gain any buffs, so he doesn't trigger the kind of the phase where he misses and goes from there. So it's really just a ground and pound, really easy fight at that point. So with this one here, we have the Korg with Doom. Doom doesn't take any of the shock damages back, so it's fairly simple because none of the nodes interact particularly well with Korg. So it's really a nothing fight, and I finally got to use some champs that I'm very good with. It seems like this year, if we were to go through kind of a summary recap of my horrible season, and maybe we'll look at that again in more detail a little bit later on, but I ended up ranking up a lot of new champs this season that I'd never used before. So maybe that's one of the reasons. Maybe it's distraction, Christmas time, when most of these wars took place, but who knows? I'm not making excuses. Things happen. Off season, I can have an off game or an off season once in a while. I mean, 3 of my previous 4 seasons, I believe I was deathless, so I was doing alright up until that point. But anyway, this one here, it is what it is. So against this Shuri fight now. Now this fight here, I sped up to be a little bit faster because it's a little bit harder to get openings with Shuri with Doom because she is obviously shock. Immune to shock, so you can't just kind of land stuff, open up a heavy, and then gain power that way. But the idea is I wanted to just try to push to SP3, get into a Doom cycle, and then throw a big Incinerate to hopefully do massive damage and then not have any issues. So one of the things is when you are hitting her, obviously she'll gain a charge kind of every time. You see that in the top right. So she's up 5 charges now. Every time you hit her, it goes up, it gets to 10, and then if she throws a heavy, that's when she goes untouchable. So you just got to be conscious that when you are baiting the heavies, I mean, I do have it because it's basically the only opening I could get. Then you have to just wait out the untouchable and then do the same thing and counter on the heavy. So at this point, I finally got it where she had over or close to or over 2 bars of power. I could get into kind of a normal Doom cycle, and because it was Flow knockdown, now the protection's off. And I can do some massive damage here. So the one thing you have to be careful with as well is that she can unblock the unblockable attacks. So had she actually been blocking there instead of kind of just standing there idly, the Incinerate wouldn't have gone through on the SP2. So you just have to be conscious of that and be aware that a typical Doom cycle can fail in this situation if you are not careful. But other than that, for last war, maybe it was because there was no pressure. Maybe it was because I got to use more familiar champs that I'm used to using with or have been using for a very long time. But either way, I mean, this fight's still going on. This is pretty ridiculous. But either way, it makes it a lot easier, a lot less stressful because I know in the ins and outs of how these kind of champs work. So anyways, this last fight that we're going to be going into here with this Penny versus iBomb. So, this was the one that I was probably the most concerned about of all of them, only because he is tactic, and I know if like I have to bait a special at some point, both the SP2 being sometimes unblockable, and then the sorry, in this tactic, both specials being unblockable, The SP2 can be a bit of a pain, even though I am poison immune, but the other idea is that the SP1 is just very, very hard to dex every movement once you're rooted. So I was trying to land the heavies as much, or not the heavies, excuse me, the intercepts as much as possible, but he has too much power, so I couldn't get the additional charge to block it. But either way, I wasn't worried because I got my first penny cycle in, and then once you get the incinerates up, his SP1 doesn't do a ton of damage. It's only when kind of you get the acid burns and stuff on you where it really starts to do the damage. So I wasn't overly concerned, and he went down. So very happy to end that war with that. But as you can see, Legion really didn't care. I mean, even with our guys too, we weren't boosting necessarily. We weren't using a Vol boost or anything like that. But 17 to 182, I don't know what happened over there, but that seemed a little excessive. And then for my season, yeah, we ended up 9-3 and making top 10. So it was one of our better seasons we have. Fortunately, my 54 to 15 kill death ratio was absolutely horrible. There's about 4 fights that I really want to have back. Some of the other ones were maybe some bad assignments and this and that, but it happens, and I have to take responsibility for that as well. But in the meantime, a couple of things, like I wanted to thank the officers for continuously all their hard work that happens, that goes into the planning and coordinating, everything like that. We do appreciate it. I do appreciate it because it usually makes our lives easier. We can just kind of head into the fights. And then second of all, the other kind of teaser big news that I'll announce maybe on another video altogether is that this will be my last season with Ssx. I have been the longest standing member here, over 4 years now, 5 years maybe even. And it's a sad announcement to make. I'm still kind of at loss for words at this moment. So that's why I'm not going to get into the details of it right now. I'll look to put it onto another video. But anyways, I will be looking forward to the new home I'm going to. I'll be continuing to make some videos, maybe some other type of content as well. But we'll see how it goes. So anyways, for all those that do tune into my videos, thank you all very, very much. I do appreciate it. Even though, I don't have 1 million subscribers and this and that. But for the number of you that do stick around and watch my videos, I truly appreciate it because I do enjoy making them. And you know what? If only 5 people watch these videos, so be it. I still enjoy making them, and I'll continue doing so. So thank you again, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. Take care, guys. Bye.